Welcome each and everyone. I'm glad to have you guys back in Chef Henry kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best Jamaican jerk pork ever just by using your oven and you're good. Don't worry, for all of you that's living in an apartment and you feel jealous of the guy that's having a barbecue out on the patio or in his backyard, guess what? You're gonna enjoy the same jerk pork like what he or she enjoying. And this jerk pork recipe you can make for your whole entire family. My name is Chef Andre Henry and you're watching Chef Henry Kitchen. Open your cupboard and your fridge, grab your ingredients and let's make this recipe. Let's get straight into it. I'm gonna go over all of the ingredients. 1 large onion, scallion, and this is from Jamaica, and green onion, it's the same. Couple cloves of garlic, pimento berry, and dry thyme. The main part of the ingredients, the pork. I am using nice piece of front leg, and it's all cut into these picnic size, and I wash and clean using vinegar. And for the seasoning, I am using a tablespoon of meat seasoning, a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning, and a tablespoon of orange spice, a tablespoon of seasoned salt. I always forget about browning, and you can use any brand of browning. It's just used for coloring. I'm gonna start making the marinade sauce. So I'm gonna add just a small amount of water inside the blender jar. That amount is perfectly fine. We're gonna start adding all of the green seasoning into the blender jar. And I forget about the oregano leaves, 2 of them. So we're gonna add those inside there. And lots of people in Jamaica know this as broadleaf thyme, French thyme, same thing. So all of the garlics, onion, you guys may be wondering, oh, is all of that gonna fit? It's a small blender. Yes, it's all gonna fit. All of the time, don't leave back any. So that's all going inside there. And now for the pimento berry, all of it. And for the seasoning, I'm gonna mix it out. And I'm using 4 pounds of pork. So 2 tablespoons of seasoning. And the browning, 1 tablespoon. I'm just trying to clean the browning off. For those of you that's gonna come inside the comment section, how come you're not putting pepper inside the marinade sauce? I know better, and I'm not gonna add any spice because anybody that know where I'm from know that somebody asks you for spice, you hand them the bottle. You put the pepper and the piece that you are eating. So guys, that's another lesson. Now the blending is complete. I am going to add some of the seasoning to the pork, and this is gonna complete the dry rub. I'm not gonna go in with both of my gloves. I don't want to get meat all over the gloves, and then you cannot touch anything. Remember, I mix out the right amount of seasoning. You want to get all the pieces covered in seasoning. Now we're going to just massage them together. And now all the pork pieces is fully seasoned with the dry rub. I'm gonna add the pork pieces into a Ziploc bag, then I'm gonna add the marinade sauce. I am going to add the pork pieces into the Ziploc bag. I'm gonna open, guys, I don't wanna look at this. Cause I know color is perfect, but guys, I'm gonna do a taste. I like tasting the seasoning. Blend out well, tastes good. Wow, it's kicking. I'm just gonna add it straight in the bag. Now I'm gonna remove the gloves. Now I'm gonna rub the marinade sauce into the pork by holding the bag like this. All the pieces is covered. You can just tell by how flat it is. So this bag gonna be easier to close. Most of the hair up here is like gone all the way down. Always to right there. Now I finish seasoning the pork, and I always say place it in the fridge and let it sit overnight for best result. And I will see you guys when I'm adding the pork inside the oven. Now it's been on the second day. I remove the marinated pork from the fridge. If you live in an apartment, this recipe is for you. I have my baking tray. This is what I'm gonna use to jerk the pork inside the oven. I have the oven preheating at 350 degrees. So with no further ado, I'm gonna add the pork pieces onto this grill. So I'm gonna open the Ziploc bag. This pork is well seasoned. You want to flat them out on there so they sit nice on the grill. This pork is well marinated. I can smell the aroma. I have all the pork pieces on the tray. So we're gonna remove this sauce into a bowl. I save the seasoning that I use to season the pork, make the dry rub, and also the same seasoning that I use to make the marinade sauce, which is a jerk season. I added 2 tablespoons of pimento berry. I'm gonna add it into the baking tray, and when it's developed that steam, it's gonna go from the pimento straight into the pork. I have 2 cups of water into this measuring cup, and I'm just gonna add it into the bottom of the baking tray. Followed by the seasoning. And the reason for adding the seasoning, you want to get the liquid inside the baking tray well seasoned, so you don't take away any of the flavor from the pork. And for browning, we're just gonna add 2 tips. Just to maintain the color. So 1 tip at that side, then another tip on this side. I'm gonna remove the leftover jerk sauce from the bag and I'm gonna add it into this bowl that I add the seasoning in. Now I'm gonna cover with aluminum foil, and this whole process is gonna be an hour and 40 minutes. If you were doing this on the grill, it's best to boil it. So this whole step right here, we cut out the boiling process out of making this. Covering with aluminum foil, it's gonna trap the steam inside there, so that's pretty much steaming it inside the oven. You just want to seal the edges. I finish sealing the tray. I got the oven mitts on and I'm gonna add the pork inside the oven. Now the pork is inside the oven. We're gonna let it go for 45 minutes before we remove the aluminum foil. Set your timer and I will see you in 45 minutes. Now it's been 45 minutes. That's how long the pork is inside the oven. I'm gonna check on the pork and also I'm gonna remove the aluminum foil. I have the oven mitts on. I'm also gonna turn these over. So I just turned the pork on the other side. I'm gonna let them go for 10 minutes without the aluminum foil. It's been 10 minutes and I'm gonna check on the pork inside the oven, and with the leftover marinade sauce, I'm gonna transfer it into this bowl. And I have boiling water into the kettle, so I'm gonna add it, just some into it. And this water, I make it fully boil into the kettle. I'm gonna use this sauce to coat the pork inside the oven, just like this. You really get all of the pieces. I'm gonna let it go on that side for the remaining 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna check on the pork and I'm gonna turn them over on the other side, and I'm gonna repeat the coating process over again. It's been 5 minutes and I'm gonna check on the pork. Now I'm going to turn them on the other side. And also, I'm going to add more sauce. We have 20 minutes to go. I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes, and this time we're gonna coat them inside the sauce that's inside the tray. It's been 5 minutes and I'm gonna check on the pork. I'm gonna use the basil for this. Now I'm gonna let it go for the final 15 minutes. So guys, set your timer, 15 minutes more to go. Now it's been the final 15 minutes and I'm gonna check on the pork. Check out the pieces. I'm gonna remove the baking tray from the oven. And I will see you all when I'm doing the taste test. I have my pork that I removed from the oven. Remember, if you're living in an apartment, this video is for you. So don't have to worry if you see somebody on the patio making jerk pork. Now you know how to make it by using your oven, and you're gonna get the same result. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna cut the pork. And it cook all the way through. This is non-spicy, and I'm gonna try a piece. Oh my god, non-spicy, the right amount of season, the right amount of flavor. Cut up some more. And I'm gonna enjoy it just like I'm in Jamaica. Normally on the street side in Jamaica, you add ketchup. Go and make this and see you on the next one.